Good morning, fellow option traders, and welcome to the Daily Scan. Today is Tuesday, January 15th, 2013. First, let's take a look at what's on schedule for today. As far as I was thinking of something else. As far as market impacting events. We got the PPI coming out at 8:30 and retail sales coming out at 8:30, and then some secondary impacts here that may affect the market and may not. They don't have me in here. Narayana Koda speaks. I don't know if that's a banker or who that is. Anyway, that's what's happening in the world of market affecting events for today. VIX went up, I don't know, like 14 cents yesterday. But I want to note here that gold is creeping up and heading back to 1700. Take a quick look at the chart for gold. Kind of a big move overnight of sorts. So we may be creeping up into the 1700 mark sometime soon, which is a psychological point of resistance. I mean, big even numbers like that usually are, but I don't think gold really cares all that much. It just moves up and down any way that it feels like, basically. So we'll see where that comes out. Looking at our current positions, they're all doing okay. These Qs, of course, are the leftover trades, so I'm not concerned about that. There's two of them here because I have both accounts. I'm looking at the holdings for both accounts, so they're separated here, but it's both accounts. A lot of this is going to drop off on the Qs anyway this Friday at expiration. And this is expiration week too, and don't forget about earnings, so be careful about that. Mentioned it before. I want to take a quick peek though at BIDU. We know that I currently have just sitting on a long call on that. I'm probably going to have to make a decision on that today. Because if we look at a chart of BIDU, we can see that it was kind of flat yesterday. So in effect, I lost premium, if all things being the same, specifically price. And I'll show you how that works and how you can tell it here. So Thinkorswim is going to do a theoretical calculation on each day, if price stays the same, how the option is going to decay. So I want you to watch this 920 price here as I move up a day, another day, another day, and then as I go faster, it starts to drop faster. So you can see the white line is collapsing and it's trying to meet up with the red line. So there's like some big chunks being taken out here, 522 to 495. That's $27 being taken out in one day. So going to have to make a decision if BIDU doesn't make a move. Click on reset parameters here to bring us back to reality. But otherwise, everything else is kind of progressing as expected. The rut trade here is actually starting to make a little bit of money. This is February. What I'm focused on here is this February bear call spread, which was the first half of an iron condor that I was going to put on, and just a little afraid to put on the other half of it at this time. But I may be taking a look at that this week too for the Profit 10 portfolio. Let's take a look at the A+ list. First we'll see how Apple is doing, or if Apple is doing anything. We We had a big down day yesterday, so we don't have any entries in here. On the weekly chart, the moving average starting to flatten out. No, not even, let's jump back here right quick. This was really, here was a secondary entry that we could have gotten in. Well, I think we did, kind of. Not timed exactly to that. And here's another secondary entry on a down trend, and here was another secondary entry. But remember, I didn't want to do Apple. I should be, because it's money, because it was going to mess up my accounting, but I think I'm going to continue with it anyway. So if we get a move above 55 here on any of these, either percent K or D, blue is percent K, the red and green is percent D. That's a good secondary entry. Here is another one for a secondary entry. Not as, you want to make sure that you just have a smaller delta when you're doing the secondary ones, like something around 20 rather than closer to 30. All right, Amazon. None of my alerts went off yesterday, so this may have been a secondary entry for Amazon. A higher risk entry is what I mean when I say secondary. Would have liked to have seen it drop below this 45 though. BIDU, we're in CF. Anything going on with CF? We have new uptrend. So now we're going to be watching for something down here. So I noticed on Thinkorswim, I don't know if this has been around before or not, but this little oval down here, that kind of tells you what drawing tool you have right now, so you don't have to go up here and look at it. And additionally, you can just click on it and pick out a different drawing tool also. So there's two places you can change your drawing tool, up here on this one and down here on this one. But this one will tell you right away which one you have. I don't know why they just didn't put that up here. I don't know. I think they just like to add neat things and don't think about the overall, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. We are going to put a little oval in here, and we're going to want to be watching for this to come down here in this area. Chipotle we're in. CRM we're in. I'm not going to review those. So we're in 2 out of the 3 C's. Google. Google's in an uptrend, so we're going to be, we got earnings coming up here. I don't mess with Google around earnings. You could do a straddle, but not this guy. MasterCard, okay, so we have a secondary entry here that possibly might be setting up. So we're going to watch for that. Or it might come all the way down here to 20. We'll see. Patience, patience. Priceline, I had a guest post. I had somebody email me and asked if they could write a post, and I checked them out. Yeah, you know, they're an organization that does training. I don't endorse them or anything, but you might want to check out the post on my blog. It's a nice, interesting post. I thought it was pretty good. I'm not endorsing it or anything. I don't have any experience with their business, so you're on your own on that pretty much. But they did do a thing on Priceline, so if you were to do, and I wanted to just take a quick look at this, let me go back here. We'll go to chart so we get a bigger chart here. If you want to do something on Priceline, like he suggested for an iron Condor, I was looking at this. This is a channel. It's just a standard feature. You can just draw it. Here, let me take it off and we'll just draw it again. So what it is just a channel, and it's right here. And all you do is just go from the high here, come on, high here, and then you right click again, and then you get a secondary set of lines here, and you put it at the low. And you could say, based on this past current information here, this is the channel that it's in. And if you want to do an iron condor for February on this, or on any stock, let me scrunch this down here a little bit, and their earnings aren't until after, you could, for Priceline, and it would be a good iron condor. You can check it out yourself if you do a 710 and a 600 short. There's definitely, that would be a good iron condor. And I might do that. You know, I might start doing some things like that. Just based on his email. I mean, you know, give it a shot. Or based on the post that I put up there, just give it a shot. You can do that. So let's go back here. You do the same thing on Panera, just as an example. To go back here to say auto scale. Very similar thing that you could do on Panera. Panera's kind of flat right now. I don't know what their options are like. But if you were to draw the same thing here, you could say, well, based on February expiration, which isn't showing here, but you would have to add some more bars to your expand here to see, or you could just do a weekly chart too, to see what strikes you should pick for your short strikes. Just pick what's on these red lines. For your call side, whatever strike this ends up at, on your put side, whatever strike this ends up at. It's a pretty good way to do it. I think it's fairly reliable. Earnings season is going to mess things up, so pick something out that has earnings after. Just my little word of advice. Okay, now another thing that I wanted to do is just quickly show you, oops, I'm sorry. Just quickly show you if you're not available at 9:30 or when the market opens and you are looking for a trigger on a particular trade and you want to do a spread, say like a credit spread. I've showed this before, but I'm going to show it again. So let's just go to the trade tab, and I'm not going to do a spread per se, but what I'm going to do, well, I'll set up a spread. Okay, let's set up a spread. And I was going to use spiders as my example today. Alright, so if you say you wanted to do, you have a trigger, but you want the price to move above yesterday's close, just say for an example. And it doesn't matter what expiration month I'm in or anything. Let's just say we want to do a credit spread there. So what you would do here is just say, create duplicate order, and you get your order up here, and then this little cog wheel over here with the plus sign on it gives you more options on what to do with your order. So what you would do, there's some complicated ways to do this, but the simple thing to do is just say, I want to do a market order, because if you say you want to do a limit and the price moves, you don't know what that limit price is going to be. It could be 22 cents, it could be 25 cents, you just don't know. So you want your order to go if the underlying moves in the direction that you want it to move. So you would change that to a market. The other thing that I would recommend that you do is you wait until after 10 o'clock. So you would come down here and check this submit order at, and then change that to 10 o'clock. And then come down here and click in the symbol field, and you get the default to the underline, but you can base it on any underline that you want. And the mark price is, basically the last price or the mid price or whatever. And if you are, say, we did a bull put, so we'd want the price above a certain level. We know that it closed at 146.97, so we would say we want it, say, at 147. And then just tab out of that field. And now we'll read what it says down here. It says wait until today, 1/15/2013 at 10 o'clock. And when that time arrived, well, until that time arrives, it says your order status will be waiting trigger. It'll do the next thing. Wait until the following condition is satisfied. Mark price of the security is greater than 147. This order will show a wait conditional status during waiting. So your status will change from wait trigger at 10 o'clock to wait condition if it's not at 147. And then once it hits 147, then your order will be put in at the market. And since this is the spiders, I'm sure it's going to execute immediately. So I'm going to do a little test here. I'm just going to spend a little money because I want to do this live. So I'm going to spend a little money. Watch me spend money. I'm going to change this over to my account. Yeah. I had to withdraw some money, so don't worry about that. I'm going to take this one off of here. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to just buy a call. Which one should I do? I'll do one out that's not going to decay too much today. So I'll just buy a call. Maybe I'll do like this one. So my theta is only like a penny. So I don't have, which translates out to $1. So if this executes this morning, it's gonna, and I will sell it again. It's gonna cost me a max maybe $1 in decay, but I may make it up if the price moves up. And it is going to cost me $2.50 in transaction costs. So I'm going to actually set this order up, and we'll check it out tomorrow, and I'll show you what it looked like. Maybe if I can get some screenshots today too. We'll see. So I'm going to create a duplicate order here. So this is going to cost me $50 plus $1.25 in transaction costs. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do basically what I said. I'm going to buy this call. I'm going to do it at the market. Submit order today at 10 o'clock. Or wait until then for my condition down here, which would be SPY. Method is at the mark, at or above. And what I say, 147? 147. It may not even trigger today. Who knows? Looking at the futures, it may not, but you just never know. So I'm going to say OK here. And now, if we go and we will confirm and send this order. And I'm going to pause because I don't want to show my account stuff here. Alright, hang on. Well, okay, I'll show it here. So this is what it says, and your whole condition here should be in here. See if we got enough room. Okay. The first condition is submit at 10 o'clock, and once that condition is met, then the other condition, which was at or above 147. Well, here's the next condition down here. SPY has to be at or above 147, and then we'll do a market order. Alright, so let me pause. So let's go down here and take a look. So here it is. It's waiting its trigger. And then once that trigger, which is 10 o'clock, comes along, it's going to say waiting condition. If the condition has not been met. But if it has been met and it's above 147 at the open, it'll just go right away. But when I look at the order log, transaction log, I should see it in there. So we'll take a look at that tomorrow. So gang, that's it for today. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for watching and happy trading.